Hello guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Bonali Godwin, and of course it's a pleasure to have you. It's always a pleasure to have you. The name is Bonali. I get a lot of questions on why is my name asked like that, spelled like that, when I pronounce it regularly. I'll tell you guys someday. You never know, but I'll tell you, I'll give you the story. It's not that big of a story, but it's still a story worth telling. So maybe sometime I will tell you people. So welcome to my YouTube channel, and today the vibes is not giving like books or one thing. It's giving point of view. Big sis point of view.
Oh my god! Wow!
I'm a big sis by default. But for this video, I'll also just be sharing just little things that can just better your life. Like 2024 is themed betterment. It's themed no be for anybody. So it's nothing too deep. It's just things you can live by, things you can check on, things you should remind yourself. When I spoke on affirmation in my last video, these are some kinds of things that you should affirm to yourselves or link yourself to. So let's get into it. I'm not going to dabble around. It's going to be short. Of course, if you have any other opinions, you can put in the comment section. I cannot wait for you to start using the comment section accordingly. I really cannot wait. But until then, let us proceed. Shall we? Okay. You're never too young to have your own experience, but I prefer you learn from others. You know that thing where they say experience is the best teacher. It should not always be the case for you. That is what I'm saying. So on some days, do not allow experience meet you. Get your teaching from other people's experiences. I think this is why storytelling is important, community is important, being open to your family and friend is important, just so that you will not fall in the same koto the person before you has fallen into. You get? So most of the times, please try to learn from others. You don't have to experience everything. Experience is good, but you should be able to experience from others. That's my first point. Point number 2 is going to be big dreams are good, but you should know that the bigger the dream, the bigger the work. The bigger the dream, the bigger the work. You want to live like Dangote, you got to work like Dangote. It's just it. You cannot want to be a top tier, what is it called now, chef, and you don't cook. You don't even know the difference between Maggi and seasoning. You don't know Maggi. Even us that are not chefing, we know you don't know the kitchen. You're not inquisitive about culinary. You don't know anything. You're just there. It doesn't work like that. The bigger the dreams, the bigger the work. If you have big dreams, good for you. But please work to match your dream. Work to match your dreams. Now, facing those people that are in love, we know Valentine is coming. And for those of you that have boyfriends now but will not have them, let me just tell you, when they break your heart, it will hurt like no man's business.
Damn!
But please and please, the worst thing you can do is go begging. Just don't beg. I don't know how to put this thing, but don't beg. Just heal with time. When they break your heart, it hurts like a bitch. Yes. Do not beg. Heal with time. Give it time. You will heal. I promise you. It might just take maybe a bit longer, depending on how merged you guys must have been during your tenure of the relationship. Or let that tenure pass. Let Tinubu enter. Let Jagaban enter. So do not go begging. It's just something a lot of us fall prey for, because whatever it is that made you guys split in the first place, when you go begging, it's more of a compromise saying you can actually tolerate it. So don't go begging. So my next point is a point that is going to trash all this. It is how I am. That is how I behave. It is my habit. Habits can be broken and created. All that matters is your determination. How determined are you to break this your bad habits? The next point is it's a bit complicated, but I'll try to simplify it. So, you're young now, but you will not always be young. But it is important to give to yourself the spirit of youthfulness. Do you understand? The importance of gifting yourself the spirit of usefulness, even when you are aging biologically. This would help you appreciate life more. It will help you live a more fulfilled life. And when I say the spirit of youthfulness, what do I mean? The the life of a youth is the one that is daring, the one that lives life to the fullest, the one that is very adventurous, challenging, the one that does not back down easily. You should always gift yourself with this youthful feeling and live life like there is no tomorrow. Live life like there is no tomorrow. You would always appreciate yourself for this at some point. This next point is a bit controversial, and I say it's controversial because I've heard several opinions. So we know a life of hobbies is nice, and a life of passion is nice. But people tend to say when you can live a life of hobbies passionately, like make a passion out of your hobbies, you live a fulfilled life. I equally want to say that while that is good, it is also very fine and very okay to live both lives separately. You can have hobbies and you can have passions separately. While it is okay to leave both of them in one, it is also very fine to leave them separately. You don't always have to make passion out of your hobbies. Hobbies are supposed to be for relaxation. I'm not saying passion can't be relaxing, but I really don't know anybody's passion. When you think of passion, you think of that breath is what I think of when I think of passion. I think of things that go down to your soul. Some hobbies don't really need it down to your soul. So yeah, just think you can live both separately. And if you're one of those lucky people that tend to live both in one, good for you. Okay? Be pals with your intuition. You'd see that I had a feeling. Be pals with, especially as a woman, but on the general playing field, be pals with your intuition. Most of the time, it will be right. Most of the time, more often than not, your intuition is always correct. Like that feeling, that instinct is usually always correct. So be friends with it more than you have given it more attention. Like, be able to feel it when it's dogging at you. Okay? Work on being beautiful inside out. Yeah, like work on being beautiful from inside out. It is a progress. And the truth is, it's a progress that you would acknowledge at some point because it becomes wholesome. When it is complete, it feels like certain challenges that would have hindered or held you back do no longer stand ground. You're like, they can't put you and certain challenge on the same platform. You're going to beat it hands down. So work on being beautiful inside out. It's a very beautiful phenomenon, and it's very beautiful when you hear people compliment people that you're beautiful inside out. It's not a compliment you can give to everybody. Many of the times, many of us are pretty, many of us are beautiful, but not many of us are beautiful inside out. So work on that, okay? I hear people say things like, you don't need to prove yourself to anybody. I like to top that off with the only person that you should be proving yourself to is you. You should come first. And more often than not, you should think for you. If you should have a reason to prove any point whatsoever, you should be proving it to you. Think about you. I'm not saying be selfish, but think for you. Because at the end, nobody is going to essentially think for you. Like, other people will think for yourself. And by default, humans are selfish. I'm just saying be selfish on a more regarded terms. Life is not as physical as it looks. Life is not, I'm not pulling this to church. I'm not pulling this to the mosque. But on a basic platform, I don't know if you see it every day, but life, this living we're living, is not as physical as we like to assume. And so I would advise you nourish your spiritual. It could be different things for you. It could be meditating, it could be Bible reading, it could be worship, it could be praise, it could be dancing, it could be connecting with nature, it could be anything for you. But I think you should nourish your spiritual and then just watch your physical flourish. When you nourish your spirit man, your physical man flourish. It happens. At least it's not a realm that is easy to maintain or uphold at a particular level. But those of us that have been privileged to experience it at one point or the other can say for a fact that it is true. It is true. So yeah, always nourish your spirit man and watch your physical man bloom. Yeah? My last and final point, and this point is all in the name of Valentine. I know Valentine is coming. And some of you see that as a celebration of love. We'll fight. No, I'm not quarreling with you, no problem. But this point is to tell you that I believe and I want you to know that love is everything. Love is every other thing outside love itself.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. All right. Let me tell you something.
Love is patience. Love is tolerance. Love is gifting. Love is endurance. Love is giving. Love is hearing. Love is presence. Love is grace. Love is compassion. Love is peace. Love is every other thing outside love. Every other thing I've mentioned are entities of their own. But it is all of those things that come together to form love. So love itself is abstract. It's not there. If you don't feel any of these other things, your love is not complete. Come and meet me at home and let's fight. But yeah, guys, that brings me to the end of my video. I hope I have said something to your spirit man. I hope I've said something to your body. Like I said, this video is not supposed to be anything really deep. It's just supposed to minister to somebody. It's just supposed to envelop somebody in your heart. Something to remind yourself by. You're beautiful, you're wholesome, there's nothing wrong with you. Of course, you need grace. Of course, you need to grow. And all of that you have in your hand, you are capable of doing more than you think. So I would very much say, do not worry, give it time, love yourself, be compassionate, and all of that. It will come together. And that brings me to the end of the video. Of course, I expect you to comment. Why won't you comment? Why won't you tell me what you think? Why won't you compliment me and how I'm looking today? Yeah, I expect all of that. But also, I would like you to like, comment, subscribe, all of the good stuff. I love you guys so much and see you in my next video. I'm already tired and I'm thirsty. Bye. You should always gift yourself with this beautiful it has happened. All I ever asked was you to pick up the phone when you alone. All I ever